Also want to take this opportunity to call out what we're seeing with Elon Musk and his Doge bros accessing Treasury's sensitive payment system and private tax returns. Why have a bunch of kids who aren't even legally old enough to rent a car been given access to Americans' most private and sensitive information? The law is clear. Congress enacted Section 6103 of the Internal Revenue Code to protect Americans' personal information. Private tax returns of millions of Americans should not be in the hands of Elon Musk's cronies, especially those who have exhibited overt racism. Why that doesn't seem to bother that side of the aisle escapes me. I mean, it's a really disturbing fact, yet I've heard not one of you disavow the fact that this individual, who has clearly racist tendencies, had access. And even though the court has halted Musk's access for now, we have no clue what was accessed, for how long, and what violations of Section 6103 took place. Democrats simply want transparency, and we want answers. We deserve answers. We are the branch that is supposed to have oversight over the executive branch. We don't serve the president. We are a co-equal branch of government. We want oversight, we want hearings and investigations into this most egregious invasion of privacy. Doge cannot have discretion over the Treasury payment system to determine whether people get their Social Security checks or local governments get their community block grants. We've seen in recent weeks the absolute chaos, fear, and confusion, the confusion caused by this administration's funding freezes, which the courts have said are illegal. An overreach of power. We are outraged by this. I don't understand why you guys don't seem to find it troubling, but we need some Republicans to stand up, to show some spine, and stand up for the rule of law. We need you to stand up for the people that you are elected to serve. Mr. Chairman, just last Congress, you led legislation to increase the penalties for Section 6103 violations. We need your leadership today in keeping private taxpayer information secure. You guys engage in this whataboutism, and you want to apply Section 6103 to the instances in which you find troubling, but not the instances in which we find troubling. We want it to apply equally to every situation where taxpayer information is compromised. Every situation, not selective ones that benefit one side or the other. Every single taxpayer whose information may be breached and used unlawfully. And with that, I will yield the balance of my time to Mr. Horsford.
Thank you to the gentlelady for yielding. I also want to raise the fact that yesterday in the oversight hearing, one of the witnesses shared the fact that federal employee information from the Office of Personnel Management is being matched with data files, voting data files. Now, there's only one reason to do that, and it's to determine a person's political affiliation. The American people trust our nonpartisan civil service to meet their needs, not Elon Musk or his hackers. So what I find appalling is that we are allowing this data breach and information which was unauthorized and illegally obtained to go unchecked. What is the purpose of going in and accessing the information to begin with? That has not been disclosed by these hackers or Elon Musk. He spent 24 minutes in the Oval Office. He didn't explain one of those reasons for why this data has been released. The American people expect this Congress on both sides of the aisle to protect them, not Elon Musk, not his hackers, but the millions of Americans that we have taken an oath to represent. This is a fundamental right that has been reinforced time and again by previous Congresses and administrations. What we are currently experiencing is not functional government. It's government dismemberment. This is not normal. And we should not have business as usual until we return to practices that meet the constitutional requirements of the people that we're elected to represent. With that, I yield back.
Mr. Murphy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll just make this brief. I just actually want to thank my Democratic colleagues because we didn't have to spend any money at NIH to discover this new disorder. It's called MSD, Musk Derangement Syndrome. So I just want to thank them for that. We saved a lot of money at NIH. We didn't have to do any of this. And so I'm actually going to be writing the AMA so that this gets cataloged with a new diagnosis code immediately. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Additional members wish to strike the last word.
Judy, you. Judy. It's not funny.
Yes, I yield to Ms. Moore.
That was just not clever. That was just not cute. Especially since I have the floor, excuse me. That's not funny. Since Elon Musk has decided to defund scientific research that does uproot, he does not have that authority. And I would think that as someone who got elected, presumably you had to campaign, you had to win, you had to raise money, that you would cherish your role to decide what we spend money on and what we don't. And if you have an objection, if Elon Musk and his team were to discover payments that they thought were inappropriate, it's up to us to defund that initiative, not Elon Musk and the Musketeers. That's our job.
Would the
And so,
gentlelady
no, it's
yield?
that's not cute.
Would you yield for a question?
Sure.
So I appreciate everybody's concern about this. I really do. But so far, our government hasn't worked. We're $38 trillion in debt, and
Excuse me. Okay, I reclaim my time.
okay for the.
I don't want to hear about. If we are in that much debt, then I would admonish you for trying to find $4.6 trillion to give tax breaks to the wealthiest people and corporations. That being said, I am just calling you out, as a physician and a doctor, as someone who apparently supports an unelected naturalized citizen from South Africa deciding that scientific research is not important, and so he'll just nix it. Or someone who's decided that, with the president, that foreign aid is not important. That is our job. That's why I'm here. I'm not here primarily to debate you. The debate should be when the appropriations have been made, when they've been signed into law, the debate is over. And it is not up to Elon Musk to decide who gets paid and who does not get paid. I'll yield back to Ms. Chu.
I yield.